your train is arriving.
Governor Sherrill says that she'll also continue to fight for federal funding for the Gateway Tunnel project.
The rent is just too high. That's according to a new report that shows median rents in Manhattan and Brooklyn are at record highs. What's behind all of these soaring prices, and is there anything New Yorkers can do about it? Here's Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles. She takes a look.
Rent is too damn high.
This legendary clip from the 2010 New York governor's race never gets old. Not just because it's hilarious. 16 years later, it's still true.
More of my friends are looking into buying now because it's actually just for owning. It's just more affordable in some ways to have a lower mortgage monthly payment.
The February 2026 New York City rental market report, released today by the Corcoran Group, says the median monthly rent in Manhattan has now hit $5,000. In Brooklyn, it's nearly $4,300.
I certainly wouldn't be able to afford it. The apartment that I'm in is a two-bedroom apartment. And with rent stabilization, it's one price. If the apartment above me, say, is a regular market rate, it's up at $5,000. How do people do it?
Jonathan Miller is an expert real estate appraiser in New York and Connecticut.
This is becoming this sort of, vicious cycle. Affordability is being challenged not only by higher mortgage rates on the purchase market, but rising prices in the rental market.
Driving the increase, renters, according to the report, are flocking to Gowanus, Red Hook, and Carroll Gardens in Brooklyn because of the construction boom of new rental buildings. The number of leases signed up 203% from last year.
We've been in a walk-up in Brooklyn for 4 years, and rent wasn't increasing so much, so we stayed there longer than we probably should have.
Welcome, everyone, to the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the home of the Timberwolves, where we're broadcasting from live today. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge.
First personal foul. First team.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Right side. Lays it up and banks it in.
They like Randall to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
And really, Stan, Victor Wembanyama has a chance to be one of those paradigm-shifting players. Don't you agree?
No doubt, Kevin. First of all, they're not going to be very many 7'4" guys come along and then come with the skills that he has on a court, the length, his mobility, how fluid he is. It's unprecedented.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. He had a list of concerns coming in tonight, not the least of which was matching up with De'Aaron Fox. He said it's not just the speed, though that obviously is an issue. It's that Fox has also become so good at dictating tempo and getting you to play his style. That's something they can't allow. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
Charles Bassey.
And that one's good, Bassey.
And Fox is a solid passer, knows how to get the ball to his guys when they're ready to let it go.
So they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15-56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar.
Looking it over. Conley for 3. That's it. He found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
Wembanyama. Minnesota with the rebound.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
To Randall. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch lately.
Well, you can see that Edwards isn't trying to do it all on his own. He's also looking for shots for others out there.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
All the officials are all over that.
And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Here's Conley. After the basket by De'Aaron Fox. To the lane. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Fox has got his second basket.
And just maybe the quickest player in the league. Fox can get to the bucket at will. Better bring some help when he's driving.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Substitution.
Here's Randall. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Alexander Walker. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Clark outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Randall. Wembanyama with the rebound. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for San Antonio.
Charles.
And that one's good, Bessie.
The assist.
How about the awareness there from Fox? You gotta love seeing how he is such a willing passer in finding the open man.
Now, here's Clark. Three-pointer. Biyombo with the block. Here's Barnes. Rebound, Minnesota.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
And one of the quickest players in basketball. Love watching Fox use that momentum to his advantage on the drive.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Guarded by Fox.
You gotta have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of both.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. You know, Greg, with a combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all five guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
There's 38 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here he goes. Now Dillingham. And he slams it down right on top of Bismack Biyombo.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. One second separating the shot clock and game clock. That's a two from Randall. Shot up two there. Randall's got 8 points.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And sometimes Fox just can't be contained. I mean, he plays with so much heart and passion and terrific scoring even when he gets bodied up.
Free throw good, Fox. Here's Dillingham. Outside for Randall. 1 second left. A big-time effort for De'Aaron Fox, providing a lot of energy for the San Antonio Spurs. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Back right after this. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
Yeah, well, the best way to get in the head of your opponent is through aggressive defense.
Timberwolves trail. And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that.
And with an update from the sidelines.
Drag me out until I don't want to do it no more. Alright, nigga, bet. And I got one in the chamber. I never signed that paperwork for that fucking for that verse. So here you go, boom, just to like hit me in the rear. You know what I mean? It's like I still said in my mind, I was like, yo, I'm just gonna go see Cam.
Let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David, thanks. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Well, right there, Edwards uses the screen to create the space he needs.
Oh, there's the strength training. Wembanyama. Timberwolves trail by 3. To the right side. McDaniels with the ball. Now guarded by Fox. Pass to Reed. And here's Edwards. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
And the Spurs with possession. After Anthony Edwards missed from long range.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Now here's Conley. Edwards inside. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, trying to go to something else.
He is magical.
Stan, I could talk about coaching with you from morning till night, but what's the most difficult part of coaching that maybe the average fan doesn't know about?
Well, there's probably a lot of things like that, Kevin, so I'll just give you one. When you're coaching a star player who's on the decline a little bit, in his own mind, he's still that guy he was in his best years, but you have to limit his role, not getting as many shots, things like that, and there can be some tension, and it's with a guy that you have huge respect for.
That's a great example. Coaching an aging star. Very different. Conley with a wide open look. It's good from long range. Conley's got 6 points.
And the mechanics of Conley's shot are rock solid, allowing him to take a shot with no hesitation.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Timberwolves. Trailing here by 8. For San Antonio. Last year, coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the West.
He's on fire.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals. One of 5 franchises who yet to get to the finals.
Clark with a wide open look. It's stolen by Wembanyama. It's Clark with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 10. There's the triple. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Here's Champagnie. Fox deciding where to go with it. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery, Stan, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout. Now some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Substitution now for Minnesota. 1:05 left in the first half of the game. Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker on the wing. Offline with his 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done
it's embarrassing
on that last play.
The shot's good.
Well, I think it's fair to say that Fox is in the zone right now. An exciting player to watch. I just love seeing how he can take over again.
We have this guy in place. He doesn't know what's going on. Like they're slacking. They're not seeing the vision. When you look back at that time,